Making sure you got the right team to help you finish this project, that will help you make your money. Welcome back to the channel. If you're looking to flip a property in Florida, specifically if you're trying to flip somewhere in Central Florida or anywhere in the vicinity of Central Florida, meaning Claremont, Lakeland, Ocala, Polk County, Kissimmee, Titusville, this video is for you. For those of you who want to understand how to get funded to fund your deal, this video is for you. For those of you who understand anything about flipping, this is a good learning video for you. So let's get into this video.
Turning dreams into deeds is the firm's creed. Flip a house, fix it up, every step we lead. Construction on point, profits we exceed. Full circle's the name, in this game we succeed.
Okay, so if you're going to try to flip a property, you're gonna need the following things. You're gonna need a house that's actively under contract, meaning that you put the offer in and you won the bid. You got the contract. Then you're gonna need a scope of work, which you're probably gonna use George for, who did this house. He's gonna tell you how much it's gonna cost to fix it. You write that scope of work, make sure it's very detailed for which allocation. When you're doing your scope of work, that's very important. You might wanna watch this video about scope of work if you wanna get more details about scope of work. Now, after you have the scope of work, you need to have all your documentation in place. By now, hopefully you already put this property in your LLC name. You have your LLC documents, meaning that you have your operating agreement, you have your certificate of incorporation from the state. Either if it's Florida, you'll go on SunBiz, whatever state you're in, go on that state's website and you'll pull it up, and then you'll be ready somewhat to get terms to make sure that you can actually get funded. Currently right now, I'm funding deals that are great deals between 90% of the purchase price and 100% of the rehab. What does that mean to you? So if you're buying this property for $200,000, you gotta come to the table with $20,000 because I'm giving you 90%. And if your rehab is $50,000, I'm giving you the whole $50,000 to renovate it, which means 100% of the rehab. So for you, all you gotta bring to the table is $20,000 plus your closing costs, and you're into a flip property just like this.
Like this.
Okay, now make sure you have your documentation in place. I recommend you get a Google Drive, put all this information in Google Drive. When you're ready to get a property, you share that Google Drive with me. I get everything we need to get from there, and we just take off from there. And if you need help, my job is to help you make sure you actually close on your deal. And I'm also gonna assess it for you through that process. So right now, I am in a flip property. This property I'm in currently right now, I looked at buying this property. I actually put an offer in on this property. I did not win this property, just to make this sure this is very clear. But this property is next to one of my properties, and I always look to buy properties within the vicinity of what I buy or rent. So I have access to this property because the contractor, I'm looking to hire him. Here's why I'm looking to hire him. When I'm flipping, I always look what's happening in my vicinity. I look for contractors. You're gonna get to meet George, the guy who actually flipped this property, meaning that the construction, he didn't buy it, but he's managing the whole project. You're gonna get to meet him and you're gonna get his contact information. So make sure you stick tuned to the whole video so you can get his information at the end. If you're looking to flip properties, you wanna have a good contractor and you're gonna see his work. So before we get into this video, let's look at my prior video of how this property looked. And right now, you'll see, after that, you'll see an update of what it looks like. And then we'll break down every single thing you guys wanna know, the money, the whole shebang. Let's go. If you guys remember on that video, I talked about making this the master bedroom and having this bathroom here, which I think you already put the light in, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if the switch is in here. Maybe it's behind this wall. It's right here. All right, here we go. That's what they did. Exactly what I said in the video is exactly what they did. Now look at the work that he did. Looks good. I would probably went all the way to the ceiling though, not halfway, but look at this. This is the master now. This is the closet. All right, exactly what I said. And they reconstructed this completely. They did a good job here. And as you can see, let me turn around so you can see what I said. Look, I hope my team do a side-by-side comparison so you guys can see exactly what took place just here, all right? And you can see it, some of it's a little light, they just finished up the electrical. Let's go look at the closet so I can show it to you. Look how big this closet is. Look how big. This closet is probably 8 by 8 for this closet. 12 by 8 is too big. 8 by 8, it's pretty big. You could have made this a bathroom and a closet, to be honest with you. So after you got the property in the contract, you got all the stuff we just talked about, you're gonna wanna make sure that you have a crew ready to go. So during that duration of getting documentations, we gotta make sure you have the following things before you get the crew in here. You gotta have your bank statements in place. You need at least 2 months of bank statements, which we'll need to make sure you have the source of the funds. Now, let's pause for a second. You may say, hey, I don't have all this money in my bank account. It may be in a HELOC or maybe in a 401k. That's fine. We still need 2 months bank statements and we still need to know where the funds is coming from. So I might need a statement from that other account to make sure that we're sourcing the funds, just to make sure we have it. Once we have that, we give you some underwriting conditions. We get insurance, which we have a contact for that. I use Minerva. I use another guy named Alex. I use 2 different people to see who's gonna give you the best terms. After we get that done, we kind of get fulfilled. We get those requests fulfilled. We're talking to the title company, make sure the title company gets all the stuff done for you, clear title, etc. They're talking to us and communicating. The process is very smooth. Once we get the process going for you, get you funded, it's very smooth. You can flip a property just like this and make about $40,000 to $50,000 or even $100,000. Now, for those of you who are like, oh, it might be a little challenging to find properties, this exact property was on the MLS when I was searching for it, and I got outbid by $20,000, which I'll tell you, I think it's $15,000 to $20,000, and they won this bid. Now, this investor probably knew something that I didn't know. Now, to their credit, I don't have any idea, but I do know right now they're probably, based on what I'm seeing in this house for renovations I've seen so far, they've probably spent right around 60 to 70 grand, okay? Now, don't let these numbers scare you if you're gonna flip a property and your renovations between $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. Now, for your mid-sized projects, your rehab should be in between, I would say 30 to 50. For your big boy projects, can be anywhere between 50 to 100. Why such a big gap? Because roof can make a big difference. Roof can add $20,000 to your budget. Electrical can add $10,000 to your budget. Those are the things that kind of make that big gap. If you need it, if you don't need it, you're good to go. All right. Now this property here that I walked, George did a hell of a good job. He did a phenomenal job. I reached out to him, I was like, look, man, let me see your work. I kept following up, okay? This is how you're gonna get your properties, structured. Make sure you have contractors, make sure you have everything ready for you to go, okay?
Okay.
I followed up, I was like, let me keep seeing what these guys are doing. I kept showing up. By this point now, they know me. They have my number, they have my contact, and I just added an extra person to my crew. Now, if I'm full blown, flipping, got a whole bunch of stuff going on, I'm gonna be like, George, take this project. Why? Because I see his work, okay? It's not just about funding your deals. Contracting is a big piece of this. Making sure you got the right team to help you finish this project, it's paramount, okay? That will help you make your money, okay? And then sometimes when you get them out there before you buy it, they give you the scope of work, you know how to put the offer in. Fortunately for me, I didn't win this one, right? Because I know how much it costs. I don't think this investor's gonna make money, but I'm gonna follow along. This is the part 2 of this video. I'm gonna follow along and tell you how much it sells for. I'll probably make this a 3-part series so you can see, because I don't think they're gonna make money on this one. But who knows? I'll kind of tell you what they kind of did to fix this one on that video. But for this video, I just wanna make sure you guys understand how to get funded, how to make sure you lock down a property, how to make sure you get a contractor, your scope of work, and you can see this refined property behind me, which looks good. George did a good job on. So let's go talk to George, okay? That's him and his team. He all beat up, he doing all the work. That's him. She's an amazing drywall finisher. Amazing, 100%, 100%. All right, let's talk to George real quick.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to talk to George in this video, but I want to give you his information. I'll leave it in the description below if you're looking for a contractor that can do your flip and you want him to work in Orlando, Claremont, wherever you want to go. He's a good reference. Clearly, you can see his work. If you want to get in contact with him, please feel free. So hopefully you guys found some value in this particular video here. They did a good job. This investor did a good job renovating it, style, design, everything.
Just me taking a look at the property. If you guys are interested in this property, I will leave the listing information below too as well. I think for the price, for the work that's been done, it looks good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a lot that was done and it was done pretty tastefully. That's one of the things that I like to see when you're flipping property, you see people doing quality work just like this. The house looks amazing. They did a phenomenal job. Finishes, everything, layout, design, phenomenal. All right, see you guys in the next video.
Turning dreams into deeds, it's the firm's creed. Flip a house, fix it up, every step we lead. Construction on point, profits we exceed. Full circle's the name, in this game we succeed.